Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Maths Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. Today we're going to talk about basic algebra, arithmetic. In this series, we're going to just try as much as possible to see topics related to algebra and talk about them individually. For some of you, this video will be basic. For some of you, it will be new. So the essence of this video is to make sure that we just do a quick revision about basic algebra. We talk about different things like broad mass, fractions, decimals, and all the basics first. So use this as a form of revision. And if this is your first time, you can also have a look and learn about it. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section, or you can just send me an email directly. All right. So basic algebra, what we're going to talk about is that in algebra, an unknown number can be either be represented by a letter of an alphabet, which can then be manipulated just like any other ordinary numeral within any arithmetic expression. So basically what I'm saying is that we can have alphabet used in this kind of situation. So for instance, when I say, for example, if I have B plus B plus B, we're going to say this is 3B. So you can see we're using alphabet to represent the unknown, which is like, for instance, in this case, we have B. And that one could be, we could say, all right, let's use multiplication now. So B times B times B, and that will give us B raised to the power 3. This is also an algebra. Or you can say maybe 4 times a particular value, let's call it X, and that will give us 4X. So all these are examples of algebra. But in this series, I'm going to talk about some particular topics. First thing I'm going to talk about the basic number operations. Basic number operations. So I'm going to talk about things like multiplication, addition, and subtractions. Then after that, the next one I'm going to talk about bead maths. All right, so some textbook calls it board maths. It's the same thing. So I'm going to talk about board maths as well. I will quickly have a quick summary about fractions and decimals. So I will discuss the concept of fractions and decimals. How do you convert from fractions to decimals and vice versa? Then the fourth one I will talk about is how do you simplify algebraic expressions? Okay, so how do you simplify algebraic expressions? Okay, so we'll talk about how do you simplify algebraic expressions. After talking about that, I will quickly have a quick go at factorizing. All right, I will not go in depth to that because I'm going to leave factorizing for quadratic equations. So when I get to quadratic equation, I'm going to talk about factorizing. Then I'll easily just talk about difference of two squares just to put it in the mix, okay, to make it more interesting. The concept of difference of two squares. How do you solve questions having difference of two squares? And finally, I will just talk about equations, all right? So there's a difference between equations and expressions. In some of the questions, you might be told to solve an expression, and sometimes it could be solve an equation. So the concept of equation and expression. So I'm going to talk about that. All right. So I'm going to stop here. All right. Remember, it's Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. I'm going to pick the next videos in this series will go about each of them. So the next video will be like the basic number operations, and I'll take it up from there. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe and like so you can get notification when I post new videos. All right. Thank you very much. So I'm going to see you in the next video.